with the countdown to August 1st, 2024 already on socials, plus a whole lot of other things, plus the reality show that kickstarted over the weekend, social media has been buzzing with interesting gists, dramas, and of course twisters as well. I'd love to say welcome to TMI Socials. I am Anuoluwapo Stevens, your social media butterfly. Now this weekend was full booked with plenty drama, but let's kickstart with Peter Obi. So Peter Obi trended over the weekend, and the Labour Party presidential candidate in the 2023 election has expressed an opposite view to his fellow party man and Governor of Abia State, Alex Otti, over the planned nationwide protests. Well, the planned protest, built to be holding from August 1st through to August 10th, 2024, have continued to generate reactions across the country. Well, despite President Bola Tinubu coming out to appeal to organizers of the protest and all of that, the organizers are still hell-bent on hitting the streets to express their grievances over the prevalent economic hardship and challenges bedevilling the country. And it might also interest you to know that over the weekend, some persons have started going on solo protesting as well, like a very dark man and all. But let's take a look at so that was Very Dark Man over the weekend on social media, having his own one-man squad protest in Abuja. Now let's move over to Peter Obi and Alex Otti and hear both views on the protest.
It would be very, very unfair to say that things are not difficult now. Things are very difficult. Hunger is real, and that is true. But how do you solve the problem? The problem we find ourselves in the country today is economic. And will I say that we are actually paying the price for bad governance that didn't start today? First of all, for you to organize protests, the law requires that you get approval from the security forces, particularly the police. And
a protest is to do so within the law and in a civil manner that allows us of the nation to show that we live within the law. Everybody knows the things that are difficult. I always say, when they talk about sponsors of the protest, I say the sponsors are very simple. It's hunger. It's hopelessness among the youths. So we all have to listen.
Now let's move over to how you reacted to both views on the protest. Bayo Onanuga, yes, has this to say. So he says, now that Peter Obi has come out to endorse the planned protest by his supporters, he should do what President Tinubu and former President Buhari did in the past by coming out openly to lead the protesters. That is what leadership is about, not playing the master perpetrator behind the scene. He should be in the forefront of the protest and help in curbing their possible excesses. Okay, another take on this. Football is saying Obi is talking as an individual, while Alex Otti is talking as a government. One more reaction on this particular one. Tosa Palmer says, Obi should come out with his family so that others will join him. Come on now, really, guys? Anyway, away from that now, still on the protest, the daughter of our President Bola Tinubu, in the person of Folasade Tinubu-Ojo, had something to say over the weekend as she urged market women in Dosumu Market, Lagos, to advise their children against participating in the planned August 1st hunger protest. Now, in a viral video yesterday, she said she spoke with the market women in Yoruba, urging them to warn their children about the dangers of protesting. And in fact, she said in Lagos State, there's not going to be anything like protest because, the Lagos State government have been doing their bits and doing it dutifully. Take a listen to her.
Ẹ jẹ́ ká tún wá sọ fúnra wa, ká sọ fún àwọn ọmọ wa ńlé, ká sọ fún àwọn family wa pé kò sí nǹkan tó ń jẹ́ protest. Àfọgbọ́n bàálù jẹ́ ni. Ẹ wo ìtàn ṣe ní ìtó kọjá. Ẹ wo gbogbo nǹkan ribiribi tí ìjọba ṣe tí wọ́n lọ dáná sun. ẹ rí pé àwa náà ń bá jà àwa là ń fara wa sẹ́yìn ẹ má jẹ́ kí nítorí pé ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú kan kówó fáwọn kan pé kí wọ́n lọ jà ẹ má jẹ́ kí àwọn ọmọ wa kan torí ìbọn kan forí jóná.
Well, basically, what she was saying there is, I mean, she was advising her parents, for persons who do not understand Yoruba, saying, tell your child, stay at home, don't come out for protest, because the aftermath is always disastrous. But let's see how you responded to her. On the streets of socials, man like Benson says, 2012 to 2015 Jonathan's tenure, Baba Gangan led the protest from front, and things were not half bad as this. Iyaloja, you even have police escorts. You're part of the elite that wants to protect only your interest. People are hungry. That's what Benson is saying there. Another take on this bit, Oladipo says, remain Sheyi to come out and say no to protest so that you people will turn it to family business. I mean, like what is going on there? And then one more take on this story. Let's see. Well, Ola, on the other hand, is saying, well said, ma'am. Eko ni bajeo. Anyway, interesting times. We are on social media, but away from the protest, away from all of the brouhaha, as we look forward to August 1st, 2024, which is on Thursday. Away from that, let's move over to politics. Just yesterday, a spokesperson for the Labour Party presidential campaign organization, Kenneth Okonkwo, has come out to criticize the party's presidential candidate in 2023 election, Peter Obi, on his approach to party matters. He says, well, Okonkwo, who joined the Labour Party in 2022, accused Obi of failing to resolve the internal crisis rocking the party. Well, according to the movie maker turned politician, Obi did not do enough to build the party and solve the party's leadership crisis. If we could have the letter, the long-lasting letter he posted on socials, would appreciate it. But away from the particular one he said, let's move over to an old video where Kenneth Okonkwo was given hints about him resigning from the Labour Party. Take a listen.
Politicians who think that it is business as usual. They forgot that a lot of us left our parties and joined Labour Party because we believe is a party that is committed to a new Nigeria, and a party that is committed to transparency, accountability, participation of the people, and the tenets of democracy, which is why some of us join. So we must ensure that such things do happen so that we can have the mouth to criticize other parties when they do what is wrong. How can I sit down and be criticizing PDP and be criticizing APC if Labour Party would do the same? No. It is not business as usual. Nigeria must change.
So before we move over to how you reacted to this twist on socials, Peter Obi just this morning has reacted to what Kenneth Okonkwo said. Let's have what he said as regards this. It was quite lengthy, but this actually is a sneaky peek to what he says. He says, and I quote, I want to therefore categorically and emphatically declare that Barrister Okonkwo remains my beloved brother and a trusted ally. I sternly caution against referring to him as a mole or making any negative remarks. Barrister Kenneth Okonkwo has stood by me through thick and thin. Even went ahead to say he doesn't like it when people only praise him. He wants all of the criticism. You know, that's what makes a good leadership. But away from that, let's see how you responded to this. Makanaki says, as soon as he didn't get the cash out he expected, his mindset changed. Never trust a man who talks too much. FFK did it. Reno Omokri showed us. Now Kenneth has followed suit. Worst part is Kenneth was genuinely loved by the people. Another take on this, one more. Obey is not ready. That's what this user is saying. He's too soft for these men. Mount this man edge to edge. Gentleman politics won't give you power in Nigeria. So what you're saying is there's no room for being all cool. You have to give it back to back, hot. Well, away from that now, for my football lovers and football fans, Olympics opening ceremony, which kickstarted last week, sparked controversy among Christian community. Now that's the picture that went viral, and a lot of Christians were complaining about the fact that, it's more or less like a joke. You're trying to mock God and all of that. But anyway, here is the gist. So during a controversial table, drag queens and dancers lined in a long table in an image that thought resembled Leonardo da Vinci's The Last Supper portrait of Jesus Christ and his 12 disciples. Well, Paris 2024 organizers yesterday came out to apologize to Christians and the Catholic and saying it wasn't their intention to mock God or do anything. It was just an harmless outing, sort of the Olympics. But let's take a look at how you reacted to this one on socials. Now, Elon Musk had something to say, and this actually sparked controversy online with plenty of reactions back to him. But this is what he said. He says, unless there is more bravery to stand up for what is fair and right, Christianity will perish. Another take on this real quickly. This guy, Jimmy Lee, says, this isn't the Olympics I remember growing up. Has nothing to do with sport. When they mock Christians and God, it is over. I will never support # the Olympics 2024 Paris or any other again. Really? Is it that bad? Well, another take, just one more take. Official Arole says, nobody can mock God. Oh yes, God is constant. God is eternal. They are mocking themselves. God is not moved. Right. Well, away from that, let's come back down here in Nigeria, where a tweet by the police person now, and the person of Olumuyiwa Adejobi, he actually posted something on socials yesterday that sparked reactions. He says, and I quote, so this is commendable, CP Akwa Ibom, CP Wahid Ayi Lara. I know Akwa Ibom people will enjoy this season because the governor is a police pekin. We stand by our people, we love our people, and we'll always interact. So here is the gist. He posted something on X, thanking Akwa Ibom Commissioner of Police as regards the welfare package. If you could go back to that picture there. So that was what he posted and says, okay, this is a welfare package to Akwa Ibom Student Parliament. Enjoy your package of beans. Imagine, I don't know how many cups it is, but I mean, reactions were flowing left, right, center. But let's take a look at how you reacted to this particular one. Imagine being given this as a form of palliative. But what do I know? D says, you guys are wicked, oh. Is this what you are packing for people? What is this? Ain't you guys ashamed of all of this? If you were given such, will you be happy? Why do you guys want to punish Nigerians or push Nigerians into poverty? That's what D says. Another take on this, Lucky Man says, Akwa Ibom people, you guys should enjoy your packages. Ireo. Well, one more take on this, one more reaction. Abbas says, let's appreciate that man. He used his money to do that for Akwa Ibom people. He didn't use government money. He's not even from Akwa Ibom State. Most state governors can't do this for their state. But the Commissioner of Police doing this, God bless him. Now, finally, in entertainment news, over the weekend, Celine Dion, the living legend, trended over the weekend. Well, Celine Dion promised herself that she would return to the stage, last week Friday. Her first live performance in more than 4 years drew an outpouring emotional support in Paris and around the world. Well, remember that Celine Dion has been open about her battle with stiff person syndrome, a rare neurological disorder that causes muscle rigidity and, sometimes affects her control as regards her vocal cords. So Celine Dion was one of those persons that did open the Olympics over the weekend in Paris. Now let's have a feel of what she did in Paris.
I'm going to go back on stage, even if I have to crawl, even if I have to talk with my hands.
Inondera mes matins, tant que mon cœur frémira sous tes mains. Le malade n'est pas blêmé, tant que mon
amazing time, I tell you. In fact, I mean, after 4 years of not being on stage, Celine Dion drilled us with her wonderful performance over the weekend at the opening of the Olympics in Paris. What would you say to that?
I mean, the words to describe her performance, I'm just trying to search for the words. I mean, Celine has added so much value to the entertainment industry.
Right.
After years of not being on stage, not performing, to see her pull off such a scintillating performance shows that there's still so much more to get from her. And that really added, apart from the fact that the opening ceremony was very unique, it was on waters, first time that would happen, an opening ceremony of this magnitude for the Olympics. And then she coming on board to give that stellar performance.
After 4 years.
Yes, really added a lot of sparkles to that event. So kudos, well done, Celine.
Absolutely. So, I mean, the protest is on. What are your expectations in regards to
Well, I think it's, the conversations are ongoing, but I think that for the government of the day, you need to learn from the mistakes of other governments in other countries. When a people are resolved to take their destinies in their hands, there is literally nothing you can do about it.
Absolutely.
You can go all out there and bring the strongest army or security forces against them. It can't stand. It can't withstand them. All government needs to do is to provide the enabling environment for a peaceful protest. We also want to admonish everyone participating to not make the protest violent.
Right.
They should ensure that it is peaceful. If there are people within their midst who tries to create any semblance of violence, they should hand them to security agents. The protest is not about, destruction or doing stuff like that. It's about making a statement to the government of the day, and even to governments yet unborn, to know that the genuine power, the true power, belongs to the people. You that is in position of authority is just an opportunity that you have. And if the people want to take you down, they have the power to do it. How many bullets can you fire? How many guns can you bring out to withstand the will and the resolve of the people? So this is something we must take away from this.
Absolutely, and I'm sure that the governments are aware that it's no longer business
as usual. Absolutely. That's our package today on the show, TMI. We hope you had a great time with us. Have a great week ahead. We'll leave you with our next program, Business Rendezvous, in just about 2 minutes.